Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Bisola, and if you are new to this channel, you're welcome. For detailed and easy to follow tutorials, please follow this channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, you're welcome back to this channel. So today we'll be making this beautiful roll collar dress with slit in front. If it's something you would like to learn, please keep watching. For this tutorial, for this style, I use two colors of plain crepe fabric. I use black for the main bodies and a plain light peach
Last
for the
time.
collar.
So the measurement I'll be needing for this style, I'll be needing my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16. My bust is 36. Waist that I'll be using is 31. Hip 41. Then the length I'll be using length 44 for this gown. So this is then my half length, my shoulder to waist is 16. So these are the measurements I'll be needing for this to make this dress. For this dress, it has a slit in front, so there will be no slit at the back. So to cut out this dress, I'll be cutting out the plain fabric first because this other fabric is just for the collar. So to cut out the main fabric, it's going to be divided into two. So it's being divided into two. It means that there's a cut at the waist before the continuation, before the skirt. So it's a two bodies dress. So to get the lower part from shoulder to waist is already 16. So remove 16 from the full length that I'm using. I'm using length 44. So I'll remove 16 from 44. So I have 28 left. So the length for the lower part will be 28. 28. But I'll be cutting the upper part first. So my bust is 36. 36 divided by 2 for the front. 36 divided by 2 is 18. 18 plus 4 for the front. That's the 20 allowance I'll be adding to the front. Plus 4 for the front. So that's 22. So I'll be cutting out 22. Because this is a crepe fabric and this can take 42, and this cloth does not have any pattern. This cloth doesn't have any pattern. I'll just go ahead with what is here and cut out the half length and measure out the half length. So the half length is 16 plus 1 for sewing allowance, that will be 17. So I'll be cutting out 17 for the upper bodies. So this is it. 7. So for the front the other time, I said the front is 22. So I'll cut out the front. The front is 22. So this is 22 unfold. That's 11. Back. The back will be having allowance, zip allowance. So for the back, I'll be adding extra 3 inches. That will be 1.5 unfold. If I'm to remove it out normally, so the back will be, the way the front is 22. The back is 18 plus 4. That's what made it 22. But for the front, the front is 18 plus 4. That's what is giving us 22. But for the back will be 18 plus 7. So 3 inches for zip allowance and 4 inches for sewing allowance. So that's what is making it 25 for the back. So this is the back here. zip allowance of 1.5. So I'll just cut the rest out. So now the next thing I'll be doing is to cut out the shoulder. To input the shoulder, my shoulder measurement is 16, as I said here. So 16 divided by 2 will give me 8. So this is 8. I'll come down by 1 inch. Then the armhole. To get my armhole, my bust is 36, so I'll divide 36 by 4 and remove 1.5. So 36 divided by 4, that's divided by 2 is 18. Then divided by 2 again, that's 9. 9 minus 1.5, I'm going to have 7.5. So I'm going to input 9, 7.5. 9, 7.5. So that's it for the armhole. So I'll input my bust measurements. My bust measurement is 9. Then plus sewing allowance 2 inches. My waist is 31. That's 15.5, 7 3/4. 7 3/4 plus 2 inches. So I'll connect it together. For my neck, the neck wideness is 3 inches. And the depth is also 3 inches. Then my shoulder slant. Then the back neck. Let me cut it out first. Then I need to slit the back open. That's for the zip. Zip opening. So for the back for this dress, for this style, the back is quite low. So I'll be going down by 11 inches. So you mark 11 inches, leaving out zip allowance. So from that 11 inches, I'll connect it to the 3 for the neck width. So this is it for the back. So to avoid the zip being bulging at the back, I'll be removing 1.5 from my back. Our front half length and our back half length is never the same thing. So for me, if the person is bust here, you can remove 2. If the person is from bust 40 upward, you can remove 2 inches. From bust 40 upward, you can remove 2 inches. So if the person is busty, so people are not busty, they just have they are fat but they don't have bust. For them, you can still remove 1.5. But for someone that is busty, remove from 2. So for me, I'm removing 1.5. So if you are wondering how will this balance back when you want to join this side, you are going to hold bust that here. You see when I hold the bust that, you measure 1.5 inch down or 2 inches down and hold your bust that. The bust that you're holding also will be 1.5, so that's 3/4 on both sides, so that the side will balance back. So that is it for the upper. That is for the upper part. And then now for the lower part. Lower part, the length for the lower part is 28. So I'll add extra 2 inch allowance. So the 2 inch allowance I'm adding to the length is for ½ inch for joining at the waist, and I will use 1.5 to tuck it in underneath. That's for taping it. I'll use 1.5 for taping it. So to get the wideness, my hip is 41 divided by 2. That's 20.5. So 20 for the front, 20.5 plus 4 for the front. That's the sewing allowance. Before I'm adding the sewing allowance for the front. So that's making it 24 and a half. So for the front, I have 24 and a half. And for the back, because there's also zip at the back, so for the back, that going to be 20 and a half plus 7. So that's going to be 27 and a half. So yes, what I have here will cover for it. So that is, so I'll just fold it, leaving the zip allowance. Then cut out the length. So you have to be sure what you have at the side when you fold it this way is the exact zip allowance that you need. So I need 1.5 for my zip allowance. So I'm cross-checking to be sure that it is 1.5 I have. So for the length, I said the length we are using is 28 plus 2, that's 30. So I'm cutting out the length 30. For this tie, I used 1.5 yard of fabric for the main bodice, that is the black, and I'm using half yard for the color. So depending on your measure. So if you look at the style where there is dart and there is pleats, there are 2 pleats at the side for front and the back, 2 pleats at both sides, just right where the dart is. So because of that, I won't be removing anything from I won't be shaping the waist to the waist measurement. It's after holding the dart that it will fall back on my waist measurement. So now my shoulder to hip is 25. So 25 minus 16, which is my half length, I'm going to have 9 left. So this is 9. So to shape my hip, that's 9.5. The half inch for joining. So then for my laps, that is the hem line, I'm going to remove 4 from my hip to get that. So this minus 4 will give me 37. So 37 divided by 4, that will give me 9. So that's 37 divided by 2, that's 18.5. So that's 9 1/4. So that will give me 9 1/4. So I'm to go in by 9 1/4 here. Then plus 2 inch sewing allowance. So that is it. So if you're wondering why I don't measure the hip here, it's because I'm having my exact hip here. Don't forget it was the hip we used in removing it. I'm going to use the largest measurement you have in your body to cut out your clothes, and my largest measurement of my body for the lower part. Even for the lower part, but that is not what we're dealing with. I'm dealing with the lower part. For the lower part, my largest measurement, round measurement is 41. So that was why I used 41 to cut it out. So we have 41 inches here plus the sewing allowance. So I'll just open this up. And from there shape it down. I'm not cutting anything else, I'm just trying to trim out the excess fabric at the side. So that is it for the body. So this, after we plait this, after we hold the dart and plait this, it will fall back on it will fall back to my exact waist measurement. So that is that for that. But at the front there is a slit. At the center front there is a slit. So depending on how deep you want your own slit to be, you go in by that. So for me, slit length of 14. I'll be using 14. My slit length will be 14, so I'll split it open in front. So I'll be stopping at 14. So I'll split it up open and close it back, and just hold it to 14 and stop. Then that's it. So we are done with the pattern for both the upper bodies and the lower bodies. So now that we're done with that, so now I'll go ahead for my upper parts. I like to use a lining because of the armhole. I want a neat finishing at the armhole. If not, I will not bother using the lining. But because this is a sleeveless dress, I won't be using my exact back measurement. I'll be moving for my back measurement. So earlier on, I used 8 because my back measurement is 16 and I used 8. So I'm meant to remove 2 from the 8. So it's meant to be 7. So I'll just minus 1 from the back measurement and reshape my armhole. That's because this is a sleeveless dress. That's because this is a sleeveless dress, and I don't want my sleeve starting from here. I like it when it starts from here. So, but if you don't mind, I want your sleevelessness to be wide. Okay, something like that. You can leave it like that. So I will line the upper bodies, but I'm not lining the lower bodies. But you can choose to line the two for neat finishing. So now I'll go ahead and cut the lining. You cut the lining exactly the way you cut the fabric. Cut lining for both the front and back upper bodies. So for this, because there's going to be a collar at the neckline, so I'm not going to be turning in the neckline. So now I'll go ahead and turn in the sides and the armhole. And this is what I'll be sewing. I'll be sewing this with 1/2 inch allowance that I left. I'll be sewing that for the front, this is for the back, and for the front I'll be sewing the neckline too for the front. I'll just go ahead and sew the sides and the armhole. So I'll do that and give it a good press, then I'll show you. So yes, this is it. I've used the sewing allowance and I've notched it to sew in 1/2 inch at the armhole at the sides. So I just left the back neckline, and also I left the front neckline. I joined every other part. So now I'll be joining the shoulders together. So to join the shoulder now, you join like this: fabric facing fabric and lining facing lining. So I'll go ahead and join it this way. Second one too, I'll join it that way. So now I've joined the shoulder. This is the right side. I've joined the shoulder, so I'll go ahead and just permanent the neckline. I'll stitch it down in the lower part and lower part. Then I'll mark my darts. To mark my darts, so my darts width is 3 3/4. It's usually your waist divided by 6. So 3 3/4, and I'll come down by 11 inches from the shoulder down by 11 inches. So that's what I'll repeat for both sides. For the bust that, I'll come down from my armhole by 1.5 inch. You could even use 2 by 1.5 inch and connect it to this place. But when holding the darts, you stop 1 inch before this dart, before the normal dart. So here I hold 3 3/4, 3 3/4 here. So that's making it 1.5. That's 1.5. I moved at the back. Back, we'll be adding the 1 inch. The 1 inch for zip allowance to 3 3/4. So that's plus 1 inch. 3 3/4 plus 1 inch, that's 4 3/4. So That's 4/3. We'll take 4/3 up. Then here we are coming down by 6 inches. So just connect it. Repeat the same thing for the other side too. I built that. So this is the bust that you can see it's already even giving it the bust shape. So this is how it looks here. I've had the bodice that, I've had the normal that, and I've had the that for the back too. Then for the lower part too, I've gone ahead to hold that. Using the same width, 3/3, just added the zipper. Just add your zip allowance to it. So I've done that for the both back and front of the lower bodies. So now it's time to fix it. So just notch your center here and allow it to match with the center here. So if you measured accurately, your dark legs should match. So the excess we have here at both sides is what we're going to be using for the pleats that is on the style. So the pleat is actually on top of the dart here, top of the front dart, and even the back dart. So just split the excess this way. Then also the plates also. So now I'll go ahead and join it. Then I'll join the zip allowance. So now I've gone ahead to fix the zip. So this is the zip, leaving the neck. I have not done anything to the neck yet. So just close the zip allowance, and I'll be holding I'll be shaping it now. So to shape it, I'm putting it together. So making sure the size match. With my measurements, my bust is 36. 36 divided by 2, that's 18. So here we're going to have 18. So here I have 21. So minus 18 minus 21, that's 3. So that's 1.5 on both sides. 1.5 here. 1.5 here. So my waist is 31, that's 15.5. I have 16.5 here. So that's just 1 inch. So that's half here. Half here. So my shoulder to waist is 25. So I'll measure my hip here. Sorry, shoulder to hip I meant. So my hip is 41, that's 20.5. And here I have 25.5, so that's 4. So that's 5, so that's 2.5. 2.5 here. So this one is going to be 37. 4 minus 41, that's 37. That's how we get the measurement for our lap. So 37 divided by 2, that's 18.5. So I need 18.5 here. So this is 18.5. So 1, 2, 3. So 3, that's 1.5, 1.5 at both sides. So I'll connect it. I'll go ahead and stitch it down, and that will be all. The next thing will be just to fix our collar, and we'll be done with this gown. Sorry, it won't be done. We also end the lower part and this. You either tape or you hem it. So now we need to measure round it. So the measurement of the collar. So here I have 36. So I'm going to cut the collar length I'm going to cut is going to be 36. So I'll cut my collar now. So to cut the collar has to be on bias fold. So this way I'm going to measure 36. The width of my collar in front is going to be 5 inches, but at the back it's going to be just 2 inches. So I'll be lining it with black. So I need to reduce the collar at the back, because it's just the front that is wide, the back is not so wide. So I'm going to measure the back neckline to know what is at the back. So for the back I have 12 inches. So I'm going to be measuring 12.5 inch. Half inch for joining. So this is 12 inches. 12.5. So I'll be reducing this by, I'll make this 3 inches. So what will be left will be, so connect it this way. So these are our collar. So now I'll cut the lining. So this is our collar that we'll fix. So I'll go ahead and stay it now for firmness and sew this, stitch this part. This is only this part that will be left open. That is the part we are fixing on the neckline. So now I'll add stay and sew it right. So now I've stitched the collar and I've ironed it. The next thing is to fix it. So to fix it, I notch the center of this. I notch the center of the collar and I'm going to notch the center of the fabric. We are going to be fixing this inside out. So I'm going to pin it. So this is it. I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to go ahead and stitch it around. So now I'll stitch it around. Guys, we are done with our gold collar gown. So feel free to ask your questions in the comment section and I will be available to answer them. And if you are yet to subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe for more amazing tutorials.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.